Hey there YouTube, back with another multiplayer quick battle here, playing as the High Elves, going up against the Dawi. Decided to switch things up here a little bit, and I ended up bringing Tyrion. As far as High Elf Lords go, going into, well, actually, as a baseline, pretty much the only two Lords that are worth anything are Teclis and Alariel. However, there are other niche situations where other Lords can work, like Alithanar, for example. Tyrion you typically won't see in multiplayer. He just doesn't really bring a lot to the table. Sunfang is pretty good. Heart of Avalorn obviously is really good on him. He has Martial Mastery, decent armor piercing, and really good base weapon damage there. Feint and Riposte is really good for dueling, but yeah, we're just going to give it a try here. So I brought heavy infantry with the White Lions and the Swordmasters of Hoeth, double archers to kill slayers, a mage of life kind of to replace my Alariel that I'm missing here, and lion chariots of Crace because yeah, anti-infantry, armor piercing, lion pelt, what's not to like? They got the missile resistance, they're bringing the damage, the fear, big charge bonus, anti-infantry. Pretty much the only thing that they can't kill from the dwarves is the slayers probably, and I brought an eagle as well as support. The eagle does end up spotting out these rangers here, so the eagle will definitely be dropping in there and putting the hurt on them. But yeah, in the meantime, we're just kind of scooting up, trying to take as little damage as possible. My opponent has brought a ton of Thunderers, which are going to be ripping shots into the front line as they come up. So yeah, the White Lions, they do have some missile resistance, which I think equates to about a silver shield. Yeah, 30% missile resistance, so it's like they have a silver or a bronze shield rather, I believe. Archers are finally in range. There's no slayers here, so we're going to be shooting at the cannons. And there's hammers and dwarf warriors. Dwarf warriors with great weapons, but yeah, triple quad cannon. Absolutely absurd artillery. Complete dwarven powder build here with all the thunderers and the cannons. They're just ripping shots. So basically half destroyed my front line as we're coming in. So it's doing pretty good work. We had the Armor of the Stars there on the Noble, so we were able to kind of sneak attack the Thunderers here without my opponent noticing. We do drop a Dwellers Below here, which we're hoping to do solid damage here into this front line. Try to help us make up for the lost damage that we took. But the Dwarves having that 25 magic resistance, at the end of the day, the Dwellers Below, big spell, does not end up doing too much that I could not have done with my infantry. We do get a White Lion a chariot here into the flank, and the noble is able to rout a unit of thunderers, so things look pretty good, and the eagle is cleaning up those rangers very nicely there on the side. Tyrion is getting into the back here, jumping on these thunderers. We're going to make our way back to that rune lord. However, we got to shut down these thunderers if our front line is to have a chance, and the Swordmasters of Hoeth are getting into the hammers here, which they should, I believe they should win this fight. I'm not sure why they would lose it. Let's look at stats here. 100 armor on the hammers, only 90 on the swordmasters. We got 48, 48, 36 for the swordmasters, and 46, 35, 55 on the hammers. So actually, the hammers do have the stats to beat the swordmasters, which is a little ridiculous if you ask me. I would think it'd be a little bit closer than that, but Tyrion is able to come in and put the smackdown on the hammers to support the swordmasters in their efforts to be ever victorious against the hammers. Dwarf warriors, great weapons coming in to support. Tyrion does blunt their charge. Actually, looks like he blocks it downright. And the swordmasters are going to be piling in here after we break the hammers to absolutely slay the great weapons. Our poor caster here was getting absolutely wrecked by the thunderers. That's why I pushed Tyrion in there, try to shut him down. Not sure what the cannon crew is doing over here. They probably came back from a rout, but now they're going to be getting a nasty charge into the rear from these lion chariots. Just mowing them down. No big deal. Rune Lord's dropping though, so this one's going to be pretty much GG. Good game to my opponent with the powder build. But yeah, looking at the damage here, Tyrion, you know, he didn't take really any damage, so he was able to get some solid damage value out, and he probably would have been able to do a lot more. Had the battle gone on much longer, the White Lions did okay. Archers did pretty good work. Oh yeah, 800 damage on both of them, so that's solid. The Eagle was able to kill the Rangers on its own, so that was good. Chariot team here doing some solid damage, but yeah, plenty of health pool left on my opponent there. He just ended up conceding. Probably either trying some new stuff out or maybe it was a newer player. I'm not sure. Either way, a good game to my opponent. I would recommend looking at some dwarf builds because the build that you brought probably looks really good on paper. And did put out a lot of damage. Like these Thunders were able to do a ton of damage before my White Lions were able to get close. But that's just the thing. Like as they got to the front line, there wasn't much left to protect the Thunders from being just overrun by my small core of infantry. So probably go a little wider maybe with standard Dwarf Warriors instead of the Great Weapons. Because if the plan is to use the Thunderers to do your damage, you don't need armor piercing on your front line, so you can just go with regular Dwarf Warriors. They probably would have held for a lot longer, and maybe even sub out the hammers as well. If the idea is to do the armor piercing damage with your Thunderers, why do you need hammers? So just a couple things that would change with the build for sure. Obviously, you don't need this many cannons for sure either. I'm not sure what the expectation was with that, but additionally to all of this, the map we were playing on, Troll Country, which not everybody knows this about the maps, and I do understand that, but it's a very small map, so you're not going to get probably hardly anything done with your cannons, and as you can see in this particular game as well, the best one did 470 damage value worth, so yeah, definitely just a couple things that needed to be changed there from that build, and definitely could have been competitive. They did a great job of taking out my caster. They put their Thunders on target where they needed to be. The Thunderers just did not have enough time to shoot and use up that ammunition. Go ahead and consider leaving a like and a comment down below if you guys like the content. Let me know what you guys think of my build versus my opponent's build. I do drop at least 3 quick battles a week and at least 1 campaign video per week. So that's my upload schedule. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.